Hello, family and friends.
Hello.
And listeners.
And friend. Oh, we already
I
said
said
that.
friends. You lose.
I do.
You didn't even get one.
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't even get one. Happy whatever day it is that you're listening to this. Cheers.
Cheers to whatever day.
Cheers to the day
Woo.
that you're listening.
How are y'all?
Are we expecting them to respond back to us?
I
We're
would.
good. We could have
in their car and be like, thank you, I'm
yeah,
good.
maybe no one's asked you that today. So if no one has told you, you're beautiful and you've got a nice
You
butt.
rock this bitch.
Yeah.
Who told you? Heard it here first.
You know what we should do is we should get those little sound effects. Someone's like, how are y'all? And they're like, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Or applause.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Then we can practice for our live shows.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So tell us what's been going on with you. I feel like I've seen you
Almost
a lot
every day,
lately.
yeah.
I feel like I've seen you a
Seriously.
lot. Which is a good thing.
There's nothing to miss.
There's nothing to miss.
I mean,
Yes, there is. I miss you all the time.
Oh, I meant from the last time I saw you to now. I don't think.
I know what's going on.
Well, true. Okay.
We're having a conversation with
Our
the people
listeners,
listening.
Yes. So
I know almost everything about you, so.
So I cleaned my room. Well, I didn't clean it. That's a lie. I picked up the stuff on the floor that was not allowing me to walk into my room. So
I've seen it, guys, and there's legit no space on the floor. I haven't seen this particular instance.
This one was really bad. I told Erin it was bad.
The worst that it's
Yeah.
ever been.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it when we lived together. It would get pretty bad.
Okay, but this was really bad.
Oh. Just what? You just throw your clothes on the floor? Or how does that happen?
One, I know I was going through a depressive episode.
Okay.
And then two, I had back-to-back trips that I came from.
Yeah.
So my suitcase would just literally laying on the floor with clothes that I'm honestly not even sure if they were clean or dirty. When I was picking them up,
Yeah.
I would have to do a little
If there's
sniff.
a question, I'll just wash it again. I'm if I didn't put it back on the hanger when I should have, it'll just go back in the dirty clothes. It's see you next time.
There's some stuff that I was oh, I know I tried you on and I hated the way you looked on me, so I just threw you there.
Well, yeah, sometimes I just think that I just throw it in the dirty clothes so I don't have to hang it up. It's just easier to throw in the dirty clothes.
True.
And then it takes me a month to do laundry because I hate it so much.
I hate it.
But, yeah, well, I'm glad that you semi-cleaned your room. I have this,
see the floor is what it's the
yeah,
important
I have the
part.
same problem. I really hate unpacking, too. I'm a really good packer. I can fit a lot of shit in my suitcase.
Oh, my God, same.
I can fit a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just whenever, it's those clothes that you bring and you don't wear that you have to put back away, you know? And
I just end up washing them. I'm you were
just
in
throw
a
it all
foreign
in there.
and you were in a foreign place and you need to be washed now.
You might have cooties on you,
We
so.
don't know. We don't know.
Well, that's good. Anything else exciting happened to you since last week?
I finally finished 5 Feet Apart. I had told Erin I started watching it and I had to stop maybe 10, 15 minutes into the movie because I was gonna cry and it was too late and it was a weeknight and I was I can't be doing this to myself. So I finished it Friday night, sobbed my eyes out. Guess who directed it?
You told me this.
The guy that directed Clouds.
Yeah.
So if you...
I kind of want to watch that movie again. That was
Clouds,
a good movie.
It was a good movie. It destroys you.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie.
But yeah, it was good.
Also The Impossible movie with the family. That
Yes.
one was heart-wrenching.
I was
We were like 10 minutes into the
Shocked.
movie. You get no warning. You're just
I was like, what the actual fuck are we watching right now?
We were like, browsing. Like, this looks like a...
It was really good,
It was really good.
Like, probably, like, top 10 movies that, like, I would definitely watch again.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
And it was based on a true story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, and I don't ever watch movies, so...
Yeah, Erin doesn't watch movies.
I don't know why. But, you know, when we came home from Denver, I did actually sit down for whatever reason. I was like, I just want to watch a movie. Something that I had already seen before, so I didn't have to, like... I could still be scrolling on my phone and whatever. But it was that movie with Kristen Heigl. Life as We Know It?
Yeah. That's such a
with
good
the
movie
baby.
Too. Yes.
I'm really not a fan of Kristen Heigl, though.
Katherine Heigl.
Oh, maybe if I get her name right, then...
She's a diva.
Yeah.
That's why she hasn't worked on anything since Firefly, like
like
from her last project to Firefly Lane. What?
I didn't like her in that. I don't think I...
In Firefly Lane?
Yeah, I don't think I really liked Firefly Lane.
I think she pulled... Well, because you and I read the book, and it's nothing...
Yeah, they're adding, like, twists and stuff in there. I'm like, that did not happen.
Like, had nothing...
That did not happen.
Yeah.
I mean, if we would have seen it before we read it, then, I could see that.
My cousin started it, the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you need to read the book.
Does she like it?
She liked the show, and I actually, when I was up there, I lent her the book, and I was like, just FYI, it's nothing...
The same.
Like, nothing is the same, so really...
Like, the storyline is similar to some extent,
I feel like their past lives, like, their flashbacks are spot on, yeah. The future takes, or the present takes, I guess, not even close.
No, you're like, what the fuck?
Not even close. You're like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, this is a totally different... It's, like, two different...
storylines.
Anyways,
those are our recommendations.
But yeah, that one about the tsunami was really fucking good.
It was really good. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix, called The Impossible, with little baby Tom Hiddleston in it.
I have no idea who that is.
He's the current Spider-Man.
That doesn't give me any hints at all. I have no idea. Well, this past week has been super exciting.
Really busy.
Because really busy. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that I had just been seeing Louisa a lot. So I think we mentioned last week that...
We're on a kickball league?
Did you fart?
No, I didn't.
What was that noise?
What noise?
I don't know. It sounded like a fart.
No, it was not me. I'm trying to find a pillow to put on my back for
There's
support.
There's like 1,000 pillows on my couch.
I know. I'm trying to find like a good one. It could have been Daisy. Daisy was right by you too.
I don't know. Sorry, I was like, wow, little Lisa, we're live right now.
No. I was like,
Louisa's just letting it rip. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, did we mention that we were on kickball last week? Or we started kickball? I think we did.
I don't know. I mean, if
we had our first game. So I think we did.
I don't know if we did, but...
Okay, well, we'll have to go back and listen to it.
Maybe.
But anyways, we started kickball last week, and... we won, by the way. Yeah, this was when that applause would come in handy, like, yay! Or cheers to that, or something.
Cheers to that.
Okay, cheers. Where we realized... Oh, hold on, I have to take a sip.
Yeah, it's bad luck if you don't.
Well, we realized how out of shape we are.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I sprinted to first base so fast, I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've ran... in a long time. Like, can't even tell you when the last time I ran like that. Like, yeah, like, I've jogged here and there sometimes, like, not very often.
Jogging and sprinting are two different.
Completely different. Do you remember when we were, like, working out a lot at Fitzhugh, and we're like, let's go up to the top of the garage and do some suicides.
Yes.
We're like, we're gonna come back up here every day and see how much time we did. We went up there one time and did sprints.
No, I think I remember maybe at least twice.
Okay, so it didn't last very long.
I should say max twice, 2 times.
Yeah, it did not last for very long.
No, because we also were doing it like in the fucking middle of Summer, spring.
I don't remember. It was
I would
hot.
say spring, because it was like around April, late Marchish. So Texas humidity, we were like, no.
Yeah, let's just not work out ever again. So yeah, we won. If you've ever played kickball before, it's not like a normal ball. Like it's a ball as
it's like big as one of those like beach volleyballs. Yeah. I want to say.
Not volleyball.
No, sorry, those beach colored balls. You know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but like you have to, like if you put your hands out in front of you and make a circle, that's about how big it is. Yeah. And so when this thing's coming at you, when someone kicks it, like it just hits you square in the chest, like bounces right off.
And you want to be able to like secure it in your arms, because that like rebound of it going into your face is not...
It's not fun.
It hasn't happened to me. I've seen it happen to other people, though.
And you're like, damn, I do not want the ball to be... And, like, some people kick it so high. Oh, my God, Kelly. She was like, I got it. And it just went straight in front of her. You're like, you do not have it. No.
Clint was MVP. Him and Jordan.
Yeah, we had a couple of dives. Some rolls.
Yeah, Clint was a really good catcher.
Belly flops.
Belly flops, yeah.
I know. I was like, Clint, you got it. And he's like, yeah, but you got to help me. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to just...
Especially when he's like, I got it.
I'm like, you got it. I trust you. Like, I think everyone on the team would trust you over me. And I'm pretty athletic, but I don't want to get hit in the face with this hard-ass ball.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should get there early and do a couple of
because the team we were playing against, when we were the ones kicking, they were fucking amazing catchers. Like they were practicing this on the off season or something, because we would kick the ball and I had that one girl that would catch them and we would be out, and it's like,
and that girl was standing where I was like, I feel like I need to watch her and be her.
Yeah, I only caught once, and that's what saved the game.
Louisa she saved us from them scoring.
Yeah.
So that was an exciting thing that happened. And then this is like super big news. It is on Instagram, so I feel like it's okay to announce it.
Yeah.
But our friend Kelly and Clint are engaged, and it was so exciting. So exciting. I cried.
She cried. I got chills, and like I just felt shivers throughout my entire body.
It was so, oh my God. The ring is beautiful. I think I posted a picture on my personal page, but we do need to put a picture.
Yeah, we'll post one.
We'll promote it. Don't worry. And so then we just spent time with family and friends and celebrating and drinking and laughing and
much fun.
Eating a bunch.
Singing and dancing our heart out.
Yeah, that's like a normal night, honestly.
Seriously. So nothing new.
I mean, Kelly's got a nice
reason to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's like we have an excuse to drink and dance our asses off. And,
yes.
And before, we would just be doing that on a regular night.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty much.
Congratulations, Kelly and Clint. We love you guys so much and can't wait for all of the events to come. Like, yes. Luis and I already have bachelorette ideas, and I mean, hopefully
it's gonna be a crazy.
Hopefully, we're invited to the bachelorette. I'm just kidding.
We will. We'll be there.
It's like 11 years I put into this friendship, and I don't get to be invited to the bachelorette party. No, I would. I have a pretty big feeling that we will both be. So that's gonna be exciting. And that's about it. Oh, Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
I keep saying that.
I get those mixed up too sometimes. Memorial Day is like in
memory
of our fallen soldiers and first responders. Labor Day is
to celebrate all the
hard workers out there. I did see a couple of moms post like their laboring hours, like of when they were giving birth.
Oh, that's,
and I was like, that's a really interesting take.
Yeah.
And some of them were like 16 hours, and I was like, oh,
that would suck.
No, that's gotta be a no for me, dog.
I hope I could just, like, push it out.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, I'm done. I don't want to talk about birth anymore.
Labor.
Work.
Watermelon-shaped heads coming
Ew.
out of our...
What did I just say? I don't want to think about
that's
it.
right. I'm sorry.
I just thought of a water bottle. A watermelon.
That would be easy.
Yeah. I was used to that shape almost. Okay, we're done talking about vaginas. Done. But I did picture that whenever you said that. I was like, ugh, I don't want to think about that. No, anyways, so that's really all that's exciting. Which is it was a very
eventful day.
Weekend.
Yes. All around, very eventful.
College football started.
That as well.
Wreckham Tech. Texas Tech won. Wreckham.
They did. And who else won?
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that matters. All right, that's all. That's all she wrote.
All right, bye, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. Those are our announcements. Yeah, we went to 77 degrees with Tate.
We did?
Was that a question? You don't remember?
No, this is like we did.
I don't know. Yeah, it
came out like a question.
Yeah. We did?
Like, we said, do you not remember being there?
Yeah, I was like, you were definitely there.
I was there. I was definitely there.
Yeah. I made 2 men fall in love with me.
She really did.
It was all about the eyes, is what I was told.
Apparently.
So I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you about that.
You're like, I would just close my eyes. I'm sorry.
Don't look at me. Just walk around like this, just jam in, and they're like, oh, maybe she's blind. I'm like, no, I just don't want to be. I don't want anyone else to fall in love. I can't break any more hearts tonight.
Have you seen that video of like a woman eating an ice cream?
Yes.
And people are like, wait till the men find out she's blind. And they're like licking it while staring back at her. Yeah. And she just has like a dead stare. And then she like picks up her like glasses and her walking stick. And they immediately are so embarrassed. Good.
There's guys like winking at her like.
Yeah, like while licking the cone as well. They're like, oh.
I mean, I guess if it's all about perception anyways. Yeah, that's funny.
Good for them. Excuse me.
What are we talking about today?
Well,
I need another refill.
Already? Okay, well, let me check mine.
Okay.
To catch up.
Do you want me to sing to you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that desperate.
Whoa. Okay. Not that desperate. You're not chugging. That's not a chug.
That was a big gulp. Relax.
No, it wasn't. The line did not move at all.
Yes, it...
Don't roll your eyes at me. There you go. That's a chug. You did that in one gulp.
One gulp, ladies and gents.
That's a big gulp.
That was a big gulp.
I heard it. That's how you know it's
guys probably heard it too.
Sometimes when Luis and I would live together, I feel like I've mentioned this on the podcast.
Yes. When I would drink water.
Yeah, I'm like, holy fuck, I can hear you from across the room. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just a good gulper.
I can't help that I'm thirsty. But I told you that I think I get it from my mom, because when she'll drink water, I've noticed it lately, I can hear her gulps, and I'm like, oh, that's where I get it from.
Yeah.
That's where I get it from.
Are you going to get the...
refill?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So what are we talking about?
Well, I want to cover something. Hold on, let me get the refill and then I'll make my announcement.
Here, I'll pour mine.
Okay. So,
did you get that drop that dropped?
What dropped?
It dropped. Is it on the table?
No, I got it.
Oh, okay. Don't ruin my coffee table that I just made.
I licked it.
Okay. As long as I didn't see it.
I licked it because I wiped it off the little neck.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Obviously, I was just gonna cover.
Obviously,
Erin and I talked about before on the podcast, and we decided that, being women and living in Texas, it would obviously be appropriate for us to talk about what is going on in our state currently. And for many of you that don't probably know, because I know we do have a couple of international listeners.
And just out-of-state listeners,
and
too.
out-of-state listeners, too, that maybe, some people don't, we're not your news reporters. We don't tend to get deep into this stuff. But over the summer, a bill was written and it was passed into law. And on September 1st, which was for us last Wednesday, officially became into law. It's not a funny subject. In case you guys don't know what this law is, it bans abortion at 6 weeks, and it makes no exceptions for women that are victims of rape or incest.
And also, a lot of women don't even know they're pregnant before 6 weeks.
No.
Like, you don't even really start
like you've
showing...
missed your period.
Yeah.
And then, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
And it also created this pretty much like a bounty where this person does not have to know you. It doesn't have to be a lawmaker or a law enforcement. Mm-hmm. It could just be a private citizen suing another private citizen, doctor, your your priest, your youth group leader, whoever it is that knows that you got an abortion can sue them, and they can I have it highlighted here. They can file a lawsuit against anyone who performs an abortion after the 6-week mark, or who engages in conduct that aids and abates an abortion, or who even intends to do such a thing. So there's that. And so plaintiffs do not need to know the person they file suit against, and if they win, they're entitled in most cases to $10,000 from the defendant and the reimbursement for their legal fees.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And defendants who win cases do not get their legal fees back.
How does that even make sense?
It doesn't.
Like, who cares?
Exactly. And sadly, this bill was written in such a way that when it goes into judicial review, which in case of you guys don't know what that word means, judicial review is when a bill or a law is sent to the Supreme Court for them to review it to see if it's constitutional. And so this bill was written to pretty much
like the loophole.
Yeah. Pretty much. And so, I mean, my hearts are out there for all of the women in Texas, and there are many states, like Florida I know is one that is wanting to follow in the same footsteps as us. And you might be pro-life, and that's fine.
Well, and I don't think that's what that's at this point not even the issue anymore. Like, you're taking the option for somebody to make a decision about their body out of the equation completely.
Yeah.
And so now, like, people that don't even know what the fuck is going on, or what my situation is, or whatever, now tells me that I can't do it.
Well, it's also like saying, like, I'm 25 years old, but at the same time, you're not grown or responsible enough to make that choice. So the government has to make that choice for me. It's like, but
it's like, I don't know. I don't agree with that, obviously, because especially if the situation is rape or incest or whatever, against your will.
Yeah.
Like, why in the hell would anybody want that to be walking around
or
another child?
Let's say that because I've read many stories that have like honestly broken my heart. Stories of women that are in domestic violence relationships and they fall pregnant, and like what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Or women who go through treatments of IVF and they get all 6, what's it called?
The eggs, the fertilization.
They go through.
Yeah.
But because her body is not going to be able to handle carrying all 6, they have to terminate some. And
so that would be illegal?
Yeah. And you know what the saddest thing is, which I didn't know?
What's the purpose of that? Like, why?
I don't know. But so, you know how in some cases, like women, they either get diagnosed with breast cancer or their babies have like an incurable disease that they're going to not even be born, or sorry, they're not going to live for maybe more than a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. So they have to make a decision of, delivering, which I would consider delivering early. Mm-hmm. But in the state of Texas, you're terminating your pregnancy. Just so you can deliver early and get a chance to hold your baby for those few couple minutes. In the state of Texas, instead of being like delivered, they consider it terminated.
So you want me to hold the baby for 40 weeks and it not make it and then have to deliver a stillborn?
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense. And so,
I mean, they're both terrible. Like, they're both, like, I wouldn't ever wish that upon anybody.
Anybody, no.
But if you had the opportunity to hold your child for just, like, 2 minutes or 3 minutes rather than not at all, why would you not do that? Like, now you have to go and travel to another state to be able to do anything of the sorts.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I would hate to, have to be put in that position to make that decision because, I mean, if you're a responsible adult, like, make better choices, don't get pregnant. If you don't want to have a baby, then you can put it up for adoption. But, like, I think everything in our government is so situational based that it's not ever black and white. So for people to think it's either this way or that way blows my mind because there's always a loophole.
Yeah.
There's always a situation that I think we should be able to look past the rule or whatever,
I mean, there's also like low-income families that,
benefit from...
Not benefit, but a lot of the time, a lot of them don't want to have the baby, let's say, for example, and that child, is born into an abusive home because their parent wasn't allowed to terminate the pregnancy.
Well, I mean...
And then they do benefit from federal, like, there is benefits. I saw a TikTok of a woman saying, like, okay, these low-income families end up having these children, and then it's that same government that forces them to have these children that judge them for wanting to be on food stamps and, like, government help and stuff. And it's like, there is you don't win in any situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they really, like, them taking away that right, banning abortion at 6 weeks does not ban abortion. It just takes away safe options for women in the state of Texas. And there's many stories, the hanger.
Yeah.
That's what women used to do back in the day, and it would destroy their ovaries, their uterus, and it would prevent them from having children ever.
Yeah.
And so it's honestly really sad, guys, and if you're in Texas, I'm going to be marching for you on October 2nd. So be on the lookout for me on TV creating a ruckus. But yeah, guys, I did want to give, if you guys are in the state of Texas, I did want to give 11 local organizations in Texas providing resources, protection, and access to abortion. Because in some cases, it's an 11-year-old who, was taken advantage of by a family member, and her body can't, And so we have the Lilith Fund, who provides financial assistance and emotional support while building community spaces for people who need abortions in Texas. Texas Equal Access Fund provides financial and emotional support for people seeking abortion care in the Northeast and Panhandle regions. Austin Women Health Center, established in 1976, offering comprehensive reproductive and sexual health services in private, secure locations by doctors and RNs. The Bridge Collective provide practical, responsive support for abortion services and reproductive resources for Central Texas. Oh my God.
And we'll post this too.
Yes. Buckle Bunnies, Texas White Abortion Mutual Aid Network, Free Abortion on Demand, No Apologies. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. The AFIA Center, transforming the lives of women of color and girls through reproductive justice. The Frontera Fund, an abortion fund for the Rio Grande Valley. This is for like you ladies down in the border. Fund Texas Choice, help Texas get abortion clinics by covering and coordinating and transportation and lodging. Clinic Access Network makes abortion access easier and safer for people across Houston. Whole Women's Health, an independent abortion provider in 9 cities and 5 states that also fights abortion rights through purposeful litigation. And Jane's Due Process helps teens get abortions and birth control. They have a hotline that we will post on our bio, and we will share that on our Instagram. And you can also text that number too, in case you feel like you don't feel safe enough to make that call. So we'll be sharing that on our Instagram feed, and keep fighting, because also, side note, because it doesn't just affect, I guess, what they call like cis women. It affects transgender women, non-binary women, or non-binary people. I'm sorry. And so this affects a lot of us. Yeah. So just wanted to make y'all aware. We know what's happening, and we're going to be fighting.
Yeah, and if you ever do need help, I mean, we will help you.
We will drive across state borders.
Yeah. We have car. We'll come pick you up.
And Uber and Lyft have said that they will pay for their drivers' legal fees if they do, someone finds out that, like, they drove someone to an abortion clinic.
Like, honestly, if anybody's out there and they're like, oh, yeah, like a quick way to make a buck, like, mind your damn business, Like, who hurt you? And
this is another sad part. Texas is one of the states that does, in some cases, allow rapists to have some parental visitation or custody.
Yeah, it's a big fucking deal.
And I actually Googled this today because it's really disgusting. You have to have clear criminal evidence that the child was a product of rape for the court to take their parental rights away. So that is also an issue. So yeah, if you guys, we will be there for anything.
Yeah, because it's like, if you think about it, like, if that happened, like, obviously that's like probably one of the worst days of your life.
Yeah.
And to be forced to share custody of the child that you were forced to keep, you just like have to relive that every time you see him.
Yeah.
Or her.
Or like, how could you trust them?
Yeah.
With your child.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That gave me chills.
When I was researching earlier this today, I was getting so heated. I was getting just so mad because I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
And we need to have men stop making laws on women's bodies.
Yeah. That's very gross.
It's disgusting. So there is going to be a nationwide protest October 2nd. Look on your cities, all the states. As far as I know, I'm already signed up. I'm going to be going to the one in Dallas.
Do you have to sign up?
No, it's just kind of like signing, not petitioning, but like because a lot of these organizations work with law enforcement when we're getting permits and stuff. It's just kind of
to like see how many people might show up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I know on September 17th, which will be the Friday when this podcast comes out, in City of Dallas, there will be a strike from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I was going to say 1 a.m. No, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I'm going to try to be there as well.
What? Like,
for this as well.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. So this is more of a strike on September 17th, where we just kind of like stand in front of City Hall and just, there will be speakers there, and it's actually just really moving because you see women share their stories or men talk, and it's really moving, and people give information out. And then on October 2nd is an actual like march where you march around the city. So
that'll be interesting. I'll be there.
All right.
Too.
I'm getting like a good group of people to come. I already have like 5 people coming.
Nice.
Yes. So please inform yourself. If you don't know what Senate Bill 8 is what it's called, research it. There are many articles on it, and there are many states that are wanting to follow the same route as Texas. So if you live in one of those states, you better.
Well, Louisa will be posting all this information on our Instagram.
Yes.
And we'll like highlight the information so you can always go back and look at it on our story and get more
information,
more stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. I know.
Man, that was heavy.
That is heavy.
Because we just went over like a very few amount of situations that could possibly happen, and it's like none of those are good situations. That why does somebody get to, I don't know,
make that decision
for somebody else?
Yeah.
When it's not, it's like you don't have to be responsible.
Like if you cared so much, maybe offer free birth control, offer sexual education courses throughout the whole state so kids know, offer
free tampons.
Yes.
Like, why do I have to buy tampons every month?
Yeah. So, it's like, okay, we can avoid it by having these resources available to the public and low-income families and low-income people, because those are, most of the time the people that can't afford it. Yeah. So, I don't know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Me either.
Like, I took sex ed and for sure scared the shit out of me from having sex for a long time.
Yeah.
I know what chlamydia looks like, and a lot of these sex diseases can take a long time to show up. So, yeah. TMI, guys. Sorry.
Ew. I just pictured that in my head, too.
It's gross. We had to see pictures. And I was a freshman in high school, and I was terrified. It makes a lot of sense why it took a long time for me to lose my virginity.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to... We should take sex ed again to scare the shit back into us, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a gross thing to say.
I'm sorry. I hope nobody was eating. I'm so sorry.
That was gross. So I feel like we should do like a sex education.
Yeah, we could. If any of you guys are doctors or, work in the field of sexual health, we'd love to have you on. Yeah.
Hit us up.
We could even if you can't be on the podcast, we could do like a live.
Yeah, we could do
on Instagram.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, that would be cool.
So, yeah, just if you live in Texas and you're going through a situation, don't tell anybody else, because you don't know if your neighbor Karen or whatever her name is going to try to
call us.
Cash in her fucking bounty. Like that's the worst part
so
of it. It's a fucking
up.
bounty.
That's what I mean. Like if somebody's like, oh, well, I'm short on cash, like I'll get $10,000 and my legal fees paid for.
The thing that will break my heart, it's like, let's say there's a couple that goes through a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And someone's like, no, I'm gonna fucking report it as an abortion. Like,
but how does that even work?
I don't even know. Honestly.
I feel like I don't know how.
But I do want to say that whistleblower website that they were using for you to report on people has been taken down by the wonderful Generation Z. They were just putting Greg Abbott's name and just different lawmakers that signed into the bill.
Damn.
And then GoDaddy was like, actually, we don't support this. And so they shut down their website. And so then they're trying to open another website. So if you want to join the force with Gen Z, who are very powerful, just go put in any random guy's name. Honestly, let's just put men's names on there. And honestly, like, men should get fined for masturbation if women are gonna get, like, those are babies, right? Technically.
No.
I don't know.
It's not a baby until it's fertilized with an egg. It's like half of a baby, I guess.
Well, there you go.
That way. But then they would come back and say that women are not allowed to masturbate either, and then we would all be so mad. Nobody's having sex.
Well, Bette Midler wants us all to have like a sex strike where no one has sex.
It's like, we're not going to go that far.
Honey, that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
We're going to try?
You're like, first of all, I've been on strike for about a year now.
It's been about a year now, yes, for me. So I'm way ahead of you.
So I've been on this train for a while, so we're not going to support that. We're not going to go that far.
We're not going to go that far. Like,
that's a little extreme.
I'm not going to stop having sex. Well, it's not like I was having any to begin with, so. But I'm just saying,
but
if I wanted
to, you know damn well I'm going to, okay?
I'm the first one in line.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's a little too much.
I'm sorry, Mom. I know she listens to this.
I know. I hope my dad's not listening. We've talked a lot about
sex in these past couple episodes.
Just tell him to skip this one.
Yeah, just fast forward like
Dad, 30 just skip the whole thing. Like, really, just skip the whole thing. We don't need to
just fast forward.
Yeah. He told me, I think that I wanted to tell you this, but I forgot.
Yeah.
He texted me one time after we released an episode, and he was like, how do I listen to your podcast on Alexa?
Yeah.
And I had to type out like what he needed to say to Alexa to tell her what he wanted to listen to.
Oh my
God.
God.
You're so cute.
That's so cute. My mom is like such a pro at that. She'll just like tell her, she'll be like, in her little accent that, she'll sometimes fight with Alexa.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because then she'll speak to her in Spanish and then Alexa will respond in Spanish.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That
and
is
then
cool.
Even in Spanish she can't understand.
Oh my God.
But you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I speak English and she doesn't know what I say majority of the time.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't even hear you half the time.
No.
She's
but
like
then she'll
granny.
listen to me when I'm like not even.
We'll be having a conversation.
Yeah, and her name never even gets brought up.
She's like, oh, what? I thought you said my name.
Yeah, I was like, you're a nosy bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
She is.
Nosy ass bitch.
Needs to mind her own business.
Yeah, she does. Just like the government.
Just like the government.
I mean, FBI. Oh, I did get a recommendation on a show, documentary. I forget what it's called right now.
Okay.
But it is like a conspiracy, I guess.
I think you were
about like the CIA. I was like, oh, Louisa would love this.
Oh my God.
And it's like the guy that told me about it was like, oh yeah, like Alexa, Google, all of them, all connected.
Yeah.
All connected to the government.
Yeah, they all listen to us. Some smart TVs, they can listen to you through there.
Yeah,
it's scary.
A little scary.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, it's like, I'm a good citizen.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, if you're
the craziest thing I do is maybe wake up in the middle of the night and eat some snacks. But
if you're spying on me, I'm like, I'm sorry that
you need to keep looking harder
because I'm wasting your time. Yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty good person overall. I'm a well-rounded person.
Yeah.
But anyways.
On a lighter note, Erin and I were talking, because this weekend, We're switching gears now, by the way, in case you guys didn't know.
Let's talk about something happy.
On a lighter note, when we left 77 Degrees, we were following one of the guys.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I have pizza. And he told us he would give us a slice.
If I could tell, if I could tell you how many times I've followed somebody home that told me they were going to buy me pizza, it would be more fingers than I had. Probably.
Oh, my God.
Like, I can think of, like, 2 or 3 instances right now that I've followed people home for pizza.
Yeah.
I'm like, where does all my intuition go?
Like,
someone's like, yeah, we're getting pizza. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going. I'm leaving with you.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even invite me, but I'm coming. But he did.
He did.
He did. And he was like, yeah, y'all can have a slice.
Yeah, and so we walked all the way there, which I thought it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, it was not close.
And it was not close at all.
It was at least over a mile.
At least. It was like back in our old stomping ground of where we used to live.
Yeah.
And he grabs his pizza. And we didn't
Doesn't
notice.
even make eye contact with us again. He gets his pizza and starts walking away.
And Tate just shouts for him. He's like, yo, man, really?
He's like, what about our pizza? And he was like, no, this is my pizza. And I'm like, really? Just a slice? Like, we'll all share the one slice. We're so hungry. We're so hungry. We haven't eaten in like 2 hours. Oh my God, yeah. But go back to the part before we followed. Or no, that was after. Okay.
That was after.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then we're like, okay, then I guess we'll grab an Uber. Which was good that we had kind of like walked all the way out there because the Uber was a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And so I got an Uber and we're waiting and Tate was going to go home. So he got his own Uber, who, by the way, his Uber was really mean. Like,
why?
Remember? His Uber pulled up and Tate was starting, like, walking towards him and then he just leaves. Like, didn't even wait the 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, like, he had literally, like, pulled up and I guess, I don't know what he thought, and then he just left.
He was like, fuck that
Yeah,
guy.
and so Tate was like, what the fuck? And so then our Uber arrived and I'm getting in. And Erin's trying to get Tate to come with us. And we hear gunshots.
Oh, yeah. It was scary because we heard 2 gunshots first.
Yeah.
It was like, pow, pow. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, pow, pow, pow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was a kill shot.
Yeah, seriously.
That was a kill shot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, to top it all off, so we hear them from a distance. And to top it all off, Tate goes and walks up to this homeless man and be like, dude, did you hear that? Blah, blah, blah. And this guy doesn't have shoes on. And
he looks very coked out, too.
Oh, he probably stole that. And so then Tate's having this conversation with this dude. And he's like, oh, yeah, man. He's like, you might want to
take a
couple steps back. And Tate's like, why? He's like, pretty sure those shots were meant for me.
I don't even think that guy blinked the whole time he was talking to Tate.
He's probably like, those were... He's like, what are you on? And, I mean, probably. He probably stole
and I was like,
whatever
in the
drug
car, I
was
was like, get in the car!
I know, Tate and I are like, where did that come from? Like,
they're like walking, and I was like, oh my God.
Trying to be like investigators. Don't recommend that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't ever do that, guys.
So then we ended up getting in the car, and we were driving by, like, kind of the area that, not, like, on purpose, but, like,
that's
to
where
go
we had
home.
to get on the highway. Yeah.
We weren't, like, driving around trying to search for these people.
Yeah.
But Louisa saw a guy with, like, a long
like a long gun. It looked like a shotgun, and there was another man standing with him.
That probably
had the handgun or whatever, the pistol, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of gun. But, so, like, I was explaining it to someone at work today, like, Fitzhugh, like, that street. I'm like, you have, like, nice apartments, like, a nice shopping area, a nice little Mexican restaurant, and then you hit, like, the middle, and it's, like, sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, you're like, what? Like,
you get these, like, sketchy apartments.
Yeah, it's really hit or miss right there.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't obviously see anything or anything like that.
No, we didn't.
I don't know. It was just really like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So.
And I told Erin the next morning, because we were talking about it, as I was getting ready for breakfast, I should say.
Yeah.
Someone called it brunch, 10:15. No, breakfast.
And I went to brunch, and it was at 11:45.
Yes, that is brunch. Breakfast is at 10. We were talking about it, and I was like, in a horror movie, I'm like, this is why I was like, no offense, the white people always die first. I was in the car in the safety of the Uber.
Except that's not true. In horror movies, I feel like black people die first.
No.
If it's
what horror movie?
I don't know. I don't watch horror movies.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, like for example, the what's that wax movie with Paris Hilton? Wax House.
I don't know. Never seen it.
Never. Oh my god, that's a classic horror movie.
I don't like horror movies.
Oh well, you know what we're doing in October? Watching horror movies.
Oh god, can't wait.
The Saw movies.
I think I have seen Saw.
Yeah.
Saw 1.
Those
and
are,
then I'm like,
those
you know
are a
what?
little bit more gory than I would say horror.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to watch 5 of them.
Yeah.
Like 1 was good for me.
Yeah, I don't know why they make so many.
I don't know why either.
Like it's the same thing.
Okay, tell the conversation we were having.
Anyway, so I told Erin, I was like, I was like, no offense, the white people always die. I was like, I was in the safety of the car. I was like, peeking my head in. I was like, get in the car. And you guys are like, where was that sound? And I'm like, oh my god.
Well, at first, I walked over because I thought it was a firework. And then it was like the pow, pow, pow. And I was like, oh shit, that's not a firework.
The pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, Tate. And then Tate told us about the comment that he made.
Well, because you were getting in the car, and then you turned around, and Tate's like, he was like, oh shit, and he like walked, and he was like, get in the car.
Yeah. So the conversation that we were having was, out of our friend group, who do we think would last?
Survive.
Yeah, would
a horror
survive
movie.
A horror movie. So what kind of horror movie? Like, let's set the scene.
When I think horror movie, I'm thinking like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers, like that type of.
Just like the one killer?
Like the one serial killer. Well.
Like we're all like at a house party.
Well, like for example, like the Friday the 13th movies, they're always out camping.
Yeah, that scares me because
we go
camping.
Yeah.
I like camping. I don't like to think about that.
I know.
But okay, if that was our situation, if we were all camping.
The thing is, we're drunk.
Yes. Let's just say that we're
sober.
We're sober, which is not going to happen. So
but
the killer would have a field day because we would just be like, "Oh, we made a new friend."
We would be singing our hearts out, and they would
not hear him walk up. Like the music would be loud. There'd just be a killer there, and then we would just all die.
Yeah. But hypothetically, we're sober.
We have to use our skills and our brain and our what am I trying to think
Intuition.
of? Our intuition.
Our gut feelings.
No, that's not what I'm thinking about.
Describe the word.
I can't.
God damn it.
Our instincts.
Oh, okay, yes.
Did I say that already?
No, we said intuition.
Okay.
A different I word.
In our instincts. And so it's like when you hear a noise, do you go down and see? Do you want to go see?
No.
Yeah. Okay,
no,
so who out of the group would go down there and check it out? Like, that's a good question.
I would for sure say one of the guys.
Like Tate or Taylor.
I would say Taylor for sure.
But Taylor's one of the most scaredy cats of them all.
But, like, in a group situation, I feel like guys are very, like,
macho and
let's go figure what
I'm gonna save the group.
Yes,
and then you end up dying.
Yeah.
It's like, in this situation, you gotta be out for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't go and look at the noise.
Yeah, and I'd be like, no, guys, like, don't, like, we'd be, like, in the woods, right? And then, like, we hear, like, noises or whatever.
Footsteps
And someone, I'm just going to say Taylor.
Do we have weapons, or we have to make our own weapons? Because you could use a stick or a rock as a weapon.
True. I would say we have no weapons because it's like, if we're just camping, like, why would we...
Oh, you know what we could use as a weapon?
Knives.
Well, yeah. But one of those pokey things.
The little s'more sticks. Yes.
Yeah.
Got to make sure we pack those for our next camping trip.
Yeah, we got to make sure those are on the bring list.
Yes.
All right, we got our stabbers. Yeah, Taylor.
We're like fencing.
Okay, so Taylor would not make it. Sorry, Taylor.
Sorry.
I don't really watch horror movies, so you have to like walk me through what kind of happens.
Okay, so like there's always, it's funny because they're always like in pairs how it happens.
Never go by yourself.
Never ever go by yourself. Rule number 1.
Yeah, that person is actually, they're like, I gotta go get more firewood. I'll be back in a second. And
or sometimes there's like a couple.
You get hit over the back of the head.
Like in Wax House or
a couple having sex.
Or like in Friday the 13th, that's one of the scenes. Yes. One of them is like off, like having sex, and oh my God, like what was that? Did you hear that? Like the girl's like freaking out, right? And like the boyfriend's like, no, like it's nothing.
It's fine.
It's like, fine. And it's like, dude, clearly you're not giving it to her if she's being distracted. Maybe you gotta rethink your game plan.
Yeah.
But and so
those people would.
They are the ones to go first.
Okay, well if we're all going on that trip, nobody would die from that because we're all single.
Yeah, and we don't.
Everybody in that group is single.
Yeah. So
okay, next scenario.
And so next scenario is like everyone else that's like kind of just like hanging out, and also something is heard, like
everybody hears it.
Yes. I feel like, if I'm not wrong, in like some of these horror movies, they're like the guys tell like a scary story, and he's like, ooh, and like the girls are like, you know stop it.
One of the guys always like jumps out, and it's like,
yes, and then
everybody's like, oh, don't do that, Michael, or whatever, and then the goofball, he dies eventually.
Yes, because then because he's the one that's gonna go and hide and try to scare someone, and he's who the killer goes for again.
Yeah,
and everyone, when they start hearing the noising, and they're like, oh, Michael, stop, we know it's you. And then they see like blood dripping, and then they see it's Michael's body laying there. It's not Michael.
It's not Michael. Also, we don't have a Michael friend, so...
No, we don't, so apologies.
Just a random... So, who would Michael be in our friend group?
Who likes to jump out and scare people?
Tammy.
Oh.
Sorry, Tammy.
Tammy, sorry. But she does.
Except she's not good at scaring.
She's not. Taylor gets scared at... Like, we scare him.
I mean, Tammy definitely always tries to scare everybody.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so Tammy's gone.
Yeah, Tammy. So Taylor and Tammy gone.
I mean, Tammy wouldn't last very long anyways. Like, no. She would be causing noise, giving the killer...
Yes.
Once we realized there's a killer, she would make a noise, and then the killer would know where we were.
Oh, yeah, like, we'd be hiding. Like, you know that commercial?
Yeah, they're like, look, over there, the chainsaw. She's like, why don't we just go get in the moving car?
Yes. She's like, quick, behind all those chainsaws. And they're like, ow, like, be quiet. And it's like, that's the stupidest hiding spot I've ever seen.
That's the point of the commercial. But, okay. So we've got Taylor's gone. Tammy's gone.
All right, and so at this point...
Who was all in the group? Me, you.
Taylor, Tammy, Tate. Trav.
Erin Cleveland. Okay, so 8 people.
Really? You, me, Tammy, Taylor, Trav, T, Erin Cleveland. 7 people. Am I missing someone?
I guess not. I just did the math wrong in my head.
I don't know.
If we're missing 4 of us. Oh, I feel like I was including Dante or...
Oh, we can include Dante.
Okay.
Yeah, Dante would for sure be on my side, and we'd be like, nope, no, we're not going to go see any noises.
Yeah, no. Okay, so there's 8 of us.
Yeah, okay, so we already got 2 down.
2 down.
Okay, so then at this point
like
in
we're
the movie...
on Survivor now.
Yeah. So at this point, like, in most horror movies, this is when shit starts getting real and people start, like, you know, panicking. It's like, okay, like, what do we do? Like, you know, and there's always, like, one girl or guy. It's either, like the nerdy guy or, like, that one girl that's like, no, like, we need to leave. We need to go. Mm-hmm. Like, we should just leave, like, whatever. Or the nerdy guy, whatever, vice versa. And there's always that one person like, no. Like, we're here to have fun. Like, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like you just described both of us.
So Erin would be the one to want to stay. And I'd be the one that's like, no, guys, let's pack our bags. Let's go.
Okay, but we've seen the bodies.
Yes, at this...
So we know there's a killer.
At this point, we've seen one body. And, well, if Tammy is hiding with us...
No, Tammy, at this point, she scared us. She got killed in the woods.
Okay, we don't know.
I guess we don't know. But we were like, oh, I feel like we should just make this movie.
We should.
For Halloween.
Right.
Our Halloween promotion. So she's been gone for a long time.
Yes. Oh, so this is what happens.
She went to go get wood.
Her and Taylor go into the woods together, and she tries to scare Taylor.
Okay.
And then Taylor is like, gets scared, and then something, you know, Tammy gets off to buy.
And then he's like, oi, oi, oi. And we're like,
yes.
Taylor's cry for help.
And so then Taylor gets off too, because they both went off into the woods to find wood or whatever. Mm-hmm. Tammy tries to scare Taylor, and, you know, she goes and hides again. And this is when she gets killed by the person. And then Taylor hears the rustling again. He's like, Tammy, okay, it's not funny anymore. Blah, blah, blah. And then he gets killed. So at this point, Taylor and Tammy are gone for a really long time.
Okay. That's good storyline.
Yes. And so then, okay, like, you know, it's like starting to like get dark, and we're like, okay, where the hell are Taylor and Tammy? Who are the ones that are going to be like, okay, we need to go out and find them? Because that's how we're going to find out.
That they're dead.
Yes.
Okay. Tate.
I feel like Trav would go too.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, Trav's having a beer, having a good time.
I thought we weren't drinking.
Oh, yeah, true. What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're just all sitting
playing Monopoly.
Sitting there, like, looking at each other. Like, they're definitely...
We're probably, like, cooking food. Who knows?
Trav would be cooking.
Yes.
Tate definitely goes.
Erin Cleveland?
Tate and Erin Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they go.
They're just... They don't get killed out there.
No, they
just
don't.
Come back and tell us all that there's a killer now.
Yes. So they go out there and they, like, see blood.
Okay.
You know, because Taylor fought back.
Okay.
Yeah, he tried to fight back.
He tried. He tried to fight back.
He tried to fight back.
Taylor can wrestle pretty good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, he goes out
with a bang.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they come rushing back, sweating, you know, freaking out.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we're like, okay, like what? Like, slow down, yeah. And, you know, it's like, oh my God, like they're out there, like they're gone. And we're like,
Who?
Like, where did they go?
We're like, what?
Where did they go? Their stuff is still here. You know, that's when we find out they've been killed. And so that's where we're like, okay, like what the fuck is going on? Because, this would be really good if it's like we're staying at an Airbnb and it's the Airbnb host.
That's scary as fuck, Louisa. Oh my God. The killer's just like hanging out in the attic, like has cameras all around and like
oh my God,
everyone.
yes, this is a good movie.
Yeah, okay,
TM, this is ours.
Yeah, TM, this is ours. Trademarked. Basically adulting. Okay. So you and Dante want to leave.
Yes, we're like, okay, guys, we need to go. Like, this place is like sketchy, and I've already found like little cameras because you know I watch YouTube videos about that, and I'm like, a bug
flew up your nose.
I don't know where it went. You know, I found a camera like in the fire alarm and like inside the
okay,
like a plug.
I think Trav and I get weapons. And we're
yeah,
like,
you guys were like, no, we're going to stand our ground.
We are going to find Tammy and
you
Taylor.
guys would be the ones to be like, no.
We're going to find
you
them.
guys, and Dante and I would be like, no, we need to go.
Guys, we're in danger. We need to get out.
We need to leave. Like,
I feel like Erin...
and Dante and I are like, we need to report this. We need to call 911. Like, we need to...
Yeah.
But then we find out that...
the phones are disconnected.
Yes.
And we have no cell service.
Yes.
Wow, it's like every horror movie that's ever been written. But I think that Erin would be with me and Trav, and Tate would be with you and Dante.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
he would want to leave.
Definitely. So then we start like, okay, like we need to lock up the doors, lock up every window and whatever. But by then, the killer's already...
We convince y'all to stay?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys convince us to stay because it's like, we can't split up.
No.
Like,
because what if he's just outside in the woods?
Exactly. It's like, oh shit. I'm getting excited.
I know, me too. I want to make this like right now.
Like, we can't split up. Like, we're better as a group because there's like 6 of us by now.
6, and there could be more killers. Like, there could be multiple. We don't know.
But we don't know at this point. We don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, first we need to lock up and make sure that like we grab weapons. Like, we forget about the food at this point. We're like not even hungry.
Yeah.
And so, we're like, okay, we need to travel in pairs.
Actually, probably like Trav is like, let me get the hot dogs. Like, let me just bring them in from outside. We all have like a hot dog in hand, like eating while we're
I love hot dogs.
I know. That's definitely what we would be cooking.
We need the protein.
Yeah. We need some adrenaline, like, if we're going to be staying up all night on watch.
Yes.
Hopefully they have like a like a Keurig machine so we can have coffee.
Right. Or like maybe we were smart enough to buy Red Bulls.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If Tammy was there would
we definitely got Red Bulls.
Okay, so then what's the plan?
Okay, so then we're like, okay, we need a... No, because at this point we're like, okay, we need
These types of movies actually really scare me because it's like, what would you actually do? Hide?
This is what we're talking about.
I know.
And so, we're like, okay, we need to make sure we like lock all the doors and windows, right?
Mm-hmm. Lights off,
whatever, right? And so we're like all in pairs.
Is it a 1-story, 2-story? 2-story.
I want to say 2-story.
There's more action that happens on a 2-story house.
Yes. And there's like a door that is like locked up that leads to the attic that we weren't aware of.
Or we were like, when we first got there, we're like, oh, look, it's a cute little door.
Yes. Those creep me out.
I feel like I would say that.
Those
look
creep
at the
me
cute little door. It's like for little midgets.
Yes. Oh, those freak me out.
Leprechauns.
Oh, those freak me out. Yes.
Well, there's probably a killer in there.
Oh, my God. And so then...
And then somebody makes a joke. Oh, that's where the killer is or something.
Yeah.
A little sly joke.
And then, like, I feel like the guys, like, we're like, oh, like, that's where the killer is. And, like, the guys, like, all look at each other like, no, seriously, that's probably where the killer is, you know?
Yeah. And then now we're in a horror movie.
In a what?
Now we're in a horror movie.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. So now we're like, okay, we need... Oh, no, so this is what happens. We don't shut off the lights. We're going around, we're shutting all the doors, and the power gets cut off.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and so then we're like, oh, fuck, okay. It's getting serious now, you know?
And then we know...
Who's next to get killed, though? That's the question.
What happens?
So the power...
Somebody's got to run upstairs like an idiot. You know how somebody's getting chased and... I guess
like we hear someone scream. Because someone was upstairs making sure those windows and, like, were locked up. And we hear someone scream. So then we're like, oh, fuck, who would be next?
Erin Cleveland.
Yeah.
Or Tate.
They were the two upstairs making sure they're doing the lockup. And we hear them scream and Tate, like, scream as well. And so we're all downstairs and we're like, what the fuck do we do? And Travis like, we gotta go help our boy. We gotta go, whatever. And I'm like, no, What's
the weapon of choice? Do we know?
Well, we got our s'more stickers.
No, we have ours, but like.
His weapon of choice, I would like to say like a machete.
That's terrifying.
Well, these horror movies aren't like practical for nothing.
I know.
like, half the time they don't really have, like...
They don't have guns.
They don't have guns. That's what makes it 10 times scarier. Because you could, what's it called? Take their gun away. What's that word called? I don't know. Like, you know, like, leave them defenseless. Like, you could fight for the gun and kill them.
Yeah.
And so, like, in most of these horror movies, it's, like, rarely ever.
Yeah.
And it's always, like...
Well, you would have your taser. I
would have my taser. Yes.
So now when we go camping or go anywhere, you better fucking have it.
I will have it. I have it in my bag sitting over
there.
Taser,
s'more stickers.
Yes.
Okay. So, Erin, unfortunately, didn't make the cut. She had her back turned to the window and she saw his reflection.
Oh, that's so scary. She was in the bathroom making sure, and then, like, she looks in the mirror and he's standing there in the shower. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I'm going to have nightmares of our own made-up story. This would be a really good story to tell at the next gathering.
Yes.
Be like, oh, my gosh, and have the flashlight under our chin. Okay, so now... So Tate comes down and tells us, he's like,
we hear him.
I know, but Tate dies too?
No, if he gets hurt, he just gets like a little cut.
He gets his arm chopped off.
Okay, that's a little extreme. I was thinking like he gets like cut somewhere pretty
bad, but he's bleeding bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so then we're like, you know.
He's trying to defend Erin.
Yes, he tried to defend her.
And then he got hurt in the process.
Yes.
And comes down.
Running down and he's like, he's here, he's in the house.
Gives us a description.
Yes, and so then we're like, okay, like we can't fucking separate.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, you and I, like
we're trying to help Tate.
We're trying to like, you know,
get his wound.
Get him in like what is it called? A turtleneck? Whatever. We don't know what.
Tourniquet.
Yes, thank you.
A turtleneck. A turtleneck.
Yes, and so we're trying to like get him all bandaged up.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, okay, like, this fucker's in the house. Like, we should just fucking go. Go to the first, like, at this point, we're also whispering.
Yeah.
Because we don't want this person to hear us.
Yeah.
But we don't know that his cameras.
I feel like we would be in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the kitchen. I was thinking the same thing.
Where all, like, the hard utensils are.
Yes. Like where the knives are. Yes.
Yeah. And then we realized that, like, one of the knives is missing.
Well, it's a machete.
I know, but he has another one somewhere.
Oh, true.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Because we are all like, we need weapons, so somebody goes to check, like, get the knives.
And so at this point, like, Dante and I are like, okay, Tate's gotten hurt. Like, Erin's down. Like, we've lost her. Like, we need to fucking leave.
I'm still alive, but okay.
Erin, no. Yeah. Like, we need to go. Like, Tate clearly needs medical assistance. Like, we should just leave. Go to the nearest police station and...
To the nearest phone. Or
what?
Something. To the nearest phone or something.
Something. Like the nearest gas station or something so we can call 911.
Okay, so then we decide to leave.
Yes.
So Tate's in the back. It's me, you at this point. Me, you,
Trav.
Tate, Trav, and Dante.
Yes.
So then we had driven like 5 hours. To wherever we were going.
5 hours? That seems a little extreme.
No. Like, on to get to the Airbnb. In the middle of nowhere.
I would say maybe 3.
But I'm talking about, like, for gas-wise. And we did not fill up.
Oh, yes.
Like, we didn't... So now we're, like, trying to race somewhere.
Yeah.
And we run out of gas.
Oh, fuck. Okay, and we're, like... there's, like, this, like, creepy old gas station that doesn't look like anyone's working in there. And so we try to get as close to the payphone as possible. We realize none of us got quarters.
So then we have to make a decision who's going to get out and ask the
whoever,
attendant.
yes, if we could use their phone.
Oh, okay. So who did we decide?
I would definitely not go.
Me and Trav?
I don't know.
You, Trav, and Dante?
I know I wouldn't. I don't know if I would leave the car.
Well, I didn't say your name. We need a phone.
Yeah.
I would say Trav and Dante. And then we stay in the car with Tate. And they're sent in to also get supplies for Tate's cut.
Yeah. Yeah, because we only have, like, we have no cash. We only have, maybe we do have cash, but we didn't have quarters. Yeah. That was our problem.
Yeah, so then we had to go ask the assistant.
The attending. And so they walk in, and it's like, you know, lights do that little, like, flicker. Yeah. Yes.
And Dante's like, oh, man, I really have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
So he's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. You get all the stuff and pay for it.
Yeah, and there's, like, no one at the front.
Yeah.
No one's at the front. And so Trav is, like, walking around, like, grabbing some snacks, grabbing the stuff we need.
Survival
yes.
Stuff. Yeah.
And Dante makes his way to the bathroom, goes to the bathroom, and he's, like, you know, like, freaking out, like, okay, like,
looking at himself in the mirror.
And like, okay, you got this.
Questioning his life choices.
Yes. He's like, where the fuck did I come on this camping trip with these fools?
He's like, I never hang out with them, man.
Yes.
The one time I do, I'm in a horror movie.
And so then he like walks out and he sees like something in the back room. And so he like walks over there. And it's the attending and he's dead. And so he like runs back to Trav and he's, you know, it's like, we gotta go. Like, he's dead. He's gone. Yeah. We gotta go. Like.
And then what?
And so then.
Then they walk out of the store and they see him, like, in the woods, like, coming up from the trees.
Oh, I was going to say that Trav, like, is like, no, like, we still need to find that phone. We still need to make that call. Yeah, so then it's like, okay, like, Trav, you be on the lookout. Like, I'm going to look for the phone. And so he goes, like, in the back, and he...
I'm getting really scared.
I know, I am, too. I'm so scared. Why did we do this, George?
I don't know. I didn't know we were going to go into this much detail.
I didn't either.
But it's fun.
And so then...
I thought we were just going to be like, nope.
Right.
Easy conversation. We're, like, actually, like, coming up with a situation.
And so then Trav's, like, on the lookout. He's eating the chips as he's on the lookout. And you and I and Tate
totally see that happening.
Are in the car and we're like locked the doors.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like hunched over, like trying to like not be so seen.
Yeah.
And so then Dante is able to find the phone. The receptionist's spotty, but he's able to make a call through 911. Uh-huh. And he's in the middle of the call trying to give like the information of like where we are. Mm-hmm. And you and I are like, okay, Tate, like, you need to wake up, like, you can't go to sleep, like, I know you're losing a lot of blood, and, like, you and I are just, like, looking in our surroundings, and we see him come through the woods.
Oh, my God.
So then...
This is so scary.
So then we're, like, I'm, like, honking on the horn to get the guys to come out.
Yeah.
Because we still have all of our weapons.
Hopefully they grab, like, good weapons, too.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's
like a shotgun in the...
Yeah, behind the...
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We find a shotgun. And so, like, we're, like, honking the horn. And Trav's like, Dante, like, come on, let's go. Like, he's out there. And so Dante, like, you know, sees the gun, like, picks it up. Who knows how to shoot a shotgun?
I would figure it out.
Yeah, but you and I are in the car. And he's, like, walking towards us. So it'd have to be either Trav or Dante.
Definitely Travis.
Yes.
Dante doesn't know. He's just along for the ride.
Yes. And so, you know, they like fire at him. We get him, but we don't kill him.
It's like a shoulder.
Yes. Wound. And so like they're able to run in the car. And it's like the car turns on. And it's like, who knows how long it's going to fucking take us to, what's it called?
Get where we're going, or
how much like gas we have in the tank to get us where we need to go.
But aren't we at a gas station? Oh, we don't have any?
We don't have.
Oh, and he's chasing us, so we don't.
Yes. Okay. So like we're like in a rush.
Okay.
And it's one of those gas, like small town gas stations that they just happen to be like out of
gas.
Yes.
So then we just drive as far as we can.
Yes.
Like maybe 2 miles.
Maybe 2 miles. And
that buys us some time to come up with a plan.
Yes.
At this point, Tate's lost so much blood that
we were like losing him.
Yeah, like he died.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yes, he lost so much blood. Like, it was just...
Yeah.
It was not good.
I don't like talking about our friends like
I
this.
don't either. I don't either.
I'm like, no. Okay, so now it's just me, you...
Trav and Dante.
Okay. So I'm like, guys, he's following us. Like, he knows that there's only one road in, one road out. Like,
Oh my God.
and we're in a car. So he knows that we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to leave the car and go into the woods. Like, we need to go and hide and find, like, shelter.
Oh my God.
Or something.
My worst
So
nightmare.
we're, like, all running. Nobody else is hurt? We're all good?
No, because we didn't fight him.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And the guys, we still have the shotgun.
Okay.
But we don't have a lot of bullets.
Yeah, I feel like shotguns you only have, like...
And you have to, like, don't you have to reload them each time? Yeah, no.
So, so we're all running as fast as we can. And,
we come across this tiny little shack in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to us, it's his little shack.
He put it there as a trick.
Well, no, that's like his hideout, I would want to say.
Oh, well, he also hides out in the attic, apparently. Only when he has visitors at his Airbnb.
But, like, he has, like, all these... I feel like he has all these checkpoints where he has to, like...
He knows.
Yes.
That's where we're going.
It's not his first rodeo.
Yeah, he's done this before.
Yes.
So then we're all in there trying to come up with another game plan. Like,
we're, like, going through his things. We don't even know yet. Literally, unbeknownst to us, it's his shack.
Yeah, okay. That's a good thing.
And so we're, like, going through, like, okay, like, there's electricity. Like, we're trying to look for a phone is what's most important to us.
No, we had a phone.
No, like, the clerk's phone was one of those, like...
Oh, to the wall.
Yes. One of those,
old phones.
What's it called? Phone inline or...
It's a phone that's connected to the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of those. So by this point, we're, like, in the shack, and we're like, okay. And it's when we realize... Because I guess, I don't know how we realize, like, something's just, like, off while we're there. We're, like, snooping, like, trying to find a weapon, trying to find something.
Yeah.
And you're, like, your adrenaline's pumping, you're, like, shaky, and, like, you can't even, like, fucking think straight. And it's, like, one of us realizes it's, like, okay, like, something is, like, off about this place.
Yeah,
it's,
we're like, what?
Almost
somebody, like,
too...
ask a questions, like, why would there be a shack in the woods like this, like, with all this stuff? It's, like, not even, there's not, like, even a bed or...
And then we see, like, a machete, you know how there's, like, knife...
Sharpener.
Yes, we see, like, a machete, like, holder and, like, a sharpener thing. And it's, like, okay, this is, like...
What does a machete holder look like? We just know that
we
that's
just,
what it
we
is.
just feel like one of the guys would know. They'd be like,
says
this...
machete holder on it. I wonder what this is for.
It's our horror movie. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want.
We just know what a machete holder looks like.
And so we're like, wait, you know, that's when Travis, like, or you and I, because we're really the first ones to see him that are alive.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we're like, oh my God, like, this is his shack.
Yeah, we're like, we need to keep moving.
Yeah, like, we need to go. We need to run. And so, we start walking outside and we hear, like, the crunching of the leaves outside. And we're like, oh, fuck. Oh,
there's only one way in and one way out.
Mm-hmm.
So we tell Dante that he has to go out. Because he's the biggest one.
I know. But I feel like he would fight us on it.
Well, yeah, he probably would. But it's like, Dante, go. Like, him and Travis would need to go.
Yes.
And do something. But I think we look and say, okay, nobody's there.
Yeah, and so we start making a run for it again.
Dante's the first one.
Yes.
And there's a scuffle. And then we use that as a chance to get away.
Yes.
And Dante dies.
Yes. Oh my God. So then there's 3 of us.
There's me, you, Trap.
Yeah, and so we're like fucking running. You know, oh my gosh, can you imagine how scary?
This would be so scary. I know, I'm getting scared.
Oh my God. You're like just like sprinting. Like that's when our legs would fucking work.
Yeah, and then somebody, we're running and we trip and fall.
We trip and fall. And we're like, oh my God. We're like, come on, come on.
Somebody hurts their ankle.
Yes, and somehow, like through all our running, like making it to the shack, we find like a road.
But who hurts their ankle?
I don't know. I feel like it would be me, honestly.
I feel like it would be you
It would be
too.
me. I feel like it would be me.
I was like, Trav literally runs like when he refs all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would be me.
I'm not the best
clumsy.
runner, but yeah, you are pretty clumsy.
Yeah, I feel like it would be me.
And it's like dark outside too, so you can't really see.
Yeah. Oh my god, and it'd be a full moon too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So now it's just me and Trav? Or do we like...
Well, at this point, you guys are like, wait, then I'm like, just go. Like, I'm gonna like
try to
like cover myself in leaves and hide or something.
Okay, so then it's me and Trav.
And then it's you and Trav. And I'm like just trying to like hide.
Are me and Trav
I think I find like in a hollow tree that I just kind of like sneak myself into and just like hide. And so then you and Trav like find this road. Okay. And it's like, okay, like Trav's like, a car has to be coming. And you're like, no, there's no cars. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere, Trav.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, a car will be coming or whatever. And so you're trying to convince him, like, no, like, we have to keep going. Like, we need to go back into the woods. Or, like, we're out in the open.
Yeah.
And lo and fucking behold, a truck is coming down the road.
Uh-huh.
And Trav is, like, waving it. But the guy, like, doesn't kill Trav, but, like, almost, like, misses him and, like, screeches and honks at him. And around the same time, like, the killer is, like, looking. And I'm, like, holding my breath. Because I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm, like, dripping in sweat. Like, trying not to cry and hyperventilate and...
Yeah. Scream.
Yes. And he hears his tire screeches. So he gives up on...
You.
On me. And continues...
To search for us.
Yes.
So then we try to convince the guy, like, let us get in the back of your truck.
Mm-hmm.
Take us to the next police station. And he's like, oh my god, because he could tell that we had blood on us. Because I was sitting in the back with Tate. And so all of his blood was on me. And then we finally convinced this guy to take us to the nearest police. Or let us borrow his phone or something. And we're like, we need you to take us to the police station.
Yeah, like, we need help. There's a crazy guy out here.
He's chasing us. And we go get the police or whatever. And that guy just, like, disappears. We don't ever know. We don't ever catch the killer. But we come back and save you.
Oh, so the three of us survive?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's where we need to end it. Because I can't kill myself and I can't kill you.
I know, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
And I honestly think that Travis would be one of the ones at the end. Like,
yeah,
he definitely has, like, really good instincts. Like, it's honestly, like, just unfortunate events that happen.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and it is that way in most movies.
It is. It's like, damn, if you wouldn't have tripped and fell, you would still be with the group. But it's like, there was that one stick that came out and tricked you.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. But we didn't even have anybody go by themselves. Oh, yeah, at the very beginning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, if you want to watch that movie, it's coming out in theaters in 2024.
Right.
If you
October
want to
2024.
on Halloween.
Oh, well, that's a great way to set the mood for Halloween.
I know. That was not even part of the plan.
That was not. We were just going to, like, go off on a list.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking
for
long one? a while. Yeah, a while.
Oh, well.
I mean, we just gave every single detail. Nobody's going to need to even see the movie now because we just gave you everything.
But in case you guys want to see it.
We could definitely reenact it.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is going to be a little bit earlier, I think, for Halloween, but it's a good
It sets the mood, for sure.
I mean, Luis has been thinking it's sweater weather for, like, a month now.
For a long time
now. And
it's
not even close.
But it is starting to get a little cooler in the mornings.
I mean, yes.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Like, not even...
Like, by 8 o'clock, though, it's still hot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, by the time I walk out of my house at 9, it's hot as fuck still.
Yeah. So.
Well, that was really entertaining. Honestly, if you guys are still here and want, like...
More?
I mean, that was not what the conversation...
That's not what we intended to do.
No, when we planned out that conversation, it was like, yeah, like, let's just talk about who
would survive.
Would survive. Like, and we just I mean, I was like, listen, like Louisa was talking, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like really scared right now. Like, and yeah, I think it ended perfectly, honestly.
Yeah.
We need to tell Trav to listen to this
Right.
to this podcast because I think we'd get a pat on the back for not killing him.
Yeah.
Sorry, all of our friends.
Sorry, everyone else.
Like, when we were like, Tate died, I was like, I don't want Tate to die.
I don't want any of them to die.
Any of them to die. And then, like, I could just see Trav being like, no, like, we need to protect our friends. And I'm like, that, it just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely be like, no, we need to go. We need to go. We need to leave.
There's no saving them. We can't. Well, I hope that doesn't happen because I love going on trips with y'all. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Lord, please protect us.
Daisy's like, what the fuck?
Daisy's like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, so I think that would be a really great movie.
Yeah, I do too.
What would we not call it?
Friday the 14th.
The 14th, wow. So original. Whatever we call it, it's going to be the name of this podcast.
It could be like Into the Woods or something, since we're like in the woods the whole time. Or
we can think about it.
We'll think about it.
We have 3 years.
Yes.
We have 3 years to make and direct and
we already have our whole cast in play.
The cast is already
we got
good
it done.
To go.
Yeah.
We just need to find a killer, the villain.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think we will still need to. We'll need to work that one out.
Yes, definitely.
We definitely need to work out that
the logistics of that,
yeah.
But we'll keep you guys posted.
I mean, I feel like it would be a pretty low budget movie because the woods are free.
Yeah.
We already have the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happened. It's like a one night scene, basically.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're getting way too into this, and I'm sure everybody's really bored.
I know you guys are done. They probably like stopped like halfway through.
Like, wow, just kill them all, man! Right? Throw your machete. Cut
no
all
one
their
survives.
heads off. No, 3 out of 8 is, I mean,
that's a good number.
Unheard of. Okay, well, if you have a horror story that you would like to share, please tell us.
Yes, our next listeners episode will be like the first Wednesday of October, which is
like 3 weeks from now.
October 6th.
Okay, October 6th.
Yes. Oh, no, it's more than 3 weeks from now. It's like literally a month from now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have any horror stories that you want to share in spirit of Halloween and spooky season, please write us in because we want to hear all the good stuff. Yes. Or spooky stuff. Maybe not good stuff.
Spooky, ghost story, anything. Yeah.
We'll maybe try to read like more.
Yes, we'll try to do more. Next time. But please do send them.
Yeah.
I love them.
If you want to reach out to us or whatever regarding the issue,
send a bill 8 here in Texas. Our Instagram is basically adulting_podcast. Our email is
it's basically adulting247.
Yes, at gmail.com. Yep. If you can find our personal accounts attached to the podcast Instagram.
Yeah, I have like 3 Instagrams, so
either one of those. We'll definitely, yeah. I only have one, so.
Yeah, so if you have anything that you want to like respond to regarding what we talked about, let us know. And I think that this is something that we definitely need to stay on top of. And I mean, Louisa and I are going to go to the strike and we're going to go to the march. So we'll definitely be keeping you guys posted on Instagram of what's happening with all of that too. So we will be posting that information on Instagram and highlighting it so you can always go back and look at that information for those sources resources that she mentioned before.
Yeah, and just a reminder, these strikes and these protests, the people that organize them, always peaceful. So,
yeah,
you know, don't come in.
We're not trying to riot.
No, we're not. We're trying to, you know, you're heard louder when you're quieter. So
yeah, 100%.
So cheers, guys,
Cheers.
to our pretty
very
informative and random episode.
That was really like the spectrum of the topics that we talked about. So opposite.
Yes, definitely.
So opposite. I mean, when we did say that we were going to change the mood, like, did you guys know that?
Did you guys have any idea?
Okay, well, cheers to this episode and to our horror movie coming out 2024. October.
That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers. How long is that?